Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I've told you before, I'll tell you again and again and again. The Brilliantly Dumb Show is brought to you by the one, the only, Celsius. If it ain't Celsius, we ain't doing it. We ain't drinking it. Celsius, revamp your day, revamp your life, start your day with a good old Celsius. And you might be able to conquer the world. Shit, I feel like I can right now. A little groggy. Not going to lie, we are very early in the morning here. One of, I would say, the earlier starts here for the boys here on the Brilliantly Dumb Show. You might see Cutsy in a robe, possibly. I'm curious to see what you're going to see out of Giuseppe D. And he is up and at him. You got Mikey V.
Boys, morning, top of the morning.
Let's go very, very early start. Let's clap it up a little bit here now, boys. Let's get ready to rock and roll now. Mikey V, you ever do Celsius?
No.
I don't know where we go from there. I don't.
We're off and running. I don't know if I've ever seen it in a store in Jersey by me. Perhaps I have.
Yeah, that's a shame. I think you would really, really like it.
What is it? What is it? Seltzer?
It's an energy drink, like before a workout. Do you do a pre-workout?
No, not usually. Sometimes if I do like 5 a.m. weight lift, if I go to the gym to lift in the morning, like early morning lift, yeah. But never like if I do cardio. Yeah, some mornings I have to, Joe. Joe, it's called this is a whole different life I'm living over here, Joe. I have 2 little kids. I got a wife. I got a house. I got a full-time job. I got to squeeze it in when I can. So usually Wednesday, Thursday, Friday mornings are my 5 a.m.s because I can't do it Monday or Tuesday because Sunday night football, Monday night football, I can't.
Look, Mikey, I'm all for getting up early. Joey D can get up early.
The gym 5 opens up at that time?
The gym opens at 5.
You know why, Joe?
At 5 o'clock. I don't actually get there till like 20 after 5, probably.
Because I could guarantee you Mikey V does one of those like big juice head gyms, like the gold gyms or something like that.
Bro,
that's open at like 3 in the morning.
I used to.
I know.
I used to.
Some girls that are like a fucking double barrel.
Now I go. Now the gym I go to now. The gym I go to now is on the level of one of these Planet Fitnesses. I mean, it's a sad state of affairs in this gym.
So why?
And I'm not gonna say what gym it is because I don't want to do that. But this gym,
you got a lot of subscribers now, Mikey V. You can up that ante. You can go to a nicer gym.
It has nothing to do with that.
Convenience.
The convenience. Yeah. It's literally I go down my block, I make a right-hand turn, and I'm literally there within 2 minutes. It's absurdly close. It's $10 a month, and then I sometimes use the gym at work. But what am I lifting these days, guys? I'm not. You're looking
pretty burly there. You look good.
Burly?
Yeah, like bulky.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know. Would burly be?
I don't want to look. I mean, I'm not trying to look
like bulky, like you're weightlifting.
I just got off the bike. It was a good morning.
You did. I thought you had just worked out.
Little 20-minute Tabata, Bob.
By the way, Bob, you're looking at the most new subscriber to the Mikey Bear Down Cuz.
Wow, that's very nice.
Now I don't know how to look at I don't know where do I go to see the special stuff.
Here's how I want to.
Bob's going to tell you.
Here's how I want to spend my day today.
Bob, by the way, Bob said he was going to subscribe.
I will be subscribed.
I tell you what, do I have a crooked head?
No, you look. Yeah, that's better.
It's a little crooked, but
I'll tell you what, Mikey, the actions speak a lot louder than words. I heard Bob say, "Oh, I'm going to be subscribed." No. Yours truly. Your boy.
I have to be subscribed.
Did I not? By the way, I remembered to send you guys the pics. I sent.
You did. You did.
I did.
Yeah, and by the way, Mikey V subscriptions continue to jack the fuck up. He's gonna own his own gym by the time he's rolling. You know what, Mikey? Let's go ahead and let's get a subscription plug in there for you. I would like to get in the subscription plug. It's flying. It's all coming in.
How about I do you one better, Bob? I'm gonna give the boys their due and proper. Listen, if you want the prize picks will always be made free, available to you every Monday, every Thursday, every Sunday, once a week for something else. Prize picks will always be free. Promo code the boys, cash match deposit up to $100. You got to join Prize Picks. Links are everywhere in the universe on me, Bob Perez, and Joey's stories, Joey's posts. But if you need a little something extra, if you got that little extra itch and you're not able to scratch it, let Uncle Mike take care of you. Come on, hammer the subscribe button right on my profile page for $2.99 a month. I've been paying people subscriptions well over for 10. They got subscriptions 10 years over now.
I'll tell you what,
they can pay their kids subscriptions when they get Instagram.
Now that I've joined, I'm not going to tell you to do it, but you could easily charge $5.99 a month.
Yeah, we're not going to do that to our. We're going to build our loyal, established following first, and then we'll talk about price.
Mikey, what do you do
year.
when football season's over though? Do you dabble into NBA?
Yeah, I'll dabble in NBA.
You can take some cutsy NHL picks.
Yeah, I mean, I listen. I take. I'm going to do UFC because I have a couple guys that really know UFC well.
Still can't get the UFC tickets, by the way.
No,
you know who's a UFC.
I don't know,
shark.
Joe.
You know who's a UFC shark.
P. I know P was one of my lifelines to get. It's Nikki Diamonds' friends. And by the way, these things are so hard to get that Nikki Diamonds couldn't wrangle in the tickets. I mean,
I
UFC
find that
tickets,
hard to believe, Bob.
I'm telling you right now, Joe.
Diamonds, if he put his mind to it, he could get you tickets to Sinatra's he's fucking coming home. Like I don't think
a resurrection show.
Yeah. A resurrection tour. If Diamonds really wanted to.
I mean,
I'm sure it's tough, but
by
the way, is Diamonds? He said he's doing his last post.
Yeah, I think he retired from Instagram.
But I don't think people are loving him.
I don't think.
Why would he do that?
It's a ploy, Bob.
It's gonna be like the Beatles. He's or like not the Beatles, the Rolling
Stones.
Stones.
He's still on there, so we haven't.
It's like Diamond's like the Rolling Stones. You'll be doing a fucking 5-year like retirement tour.
I think that Nikki Diamonds he's a showman, and I don't think he's actually retiring from Instagram because I think he loves Instagram.
Nuts.
I think he loves Instagram too much. I really do. I think he really, really enjoys it. And I think that he knows what he's doing. By the way, Nikki Diamonds, quietly the best follow on Instagram, is above 1,000 followers right now.
Is he actually at above 1,000 now?
Yeah, he is.
And I don't think, word on the street isn't out yet. I think more people would join. His content is so good. Like I had a guy DMing me. He's like, this Diamonds is next level. Like he's unbelievable. I don't know. I think he's got to keep it going, Bob. I think he's overwhelmed because the sweet shop just opened, and he told me
that's very accurate.
I think he told me that the business is booming, and he's got to focus on that. But Diamonds, if you're listening, do not retire. You're just it's like it'd be like Barry Sanders retiring early. You got.
I was just gonna say, who do you think you are, Barry Sanders?
Yeah, no, he ain't retiring.
You're calling his bluff, Bob?
Yeah, I think he's enjoying it so much that I don't see him retiring anytime soon. To be honest with you, I might just start taking trips over to New Jersey. It's a business expense just to get Nikki Diamond's content. I mean,
he was in a restaurant. Some guy was playing the trombone in the middle of the
That's Frankie and Johnny's best home fries in the country. Yeah, it's a special place, man.
Is that the place you went last time or 2 times ago?
That was 2 times ago. That I was really, I would have loved. I mean, that place they are the real deal.
That's the one you told me about that you went the first time that you wanted to go back, but you guys went to a different place the last time.
You know what I like about Nikki Diamond? Nikki Diamonds, he enjoys his weekdays. He really does work, and then the weekends he really enjoys. You could tell he really, he gets up for his weekends. Yeah, and he really.
And nobody pampers themselves quite like Nikki Diamond.
It's unbelievable.
The suede jacket,
manicure, pedicure.
The suede yesterday was absolutely.
It was velvet. It was velvet. Yeah.
If I put on that suede jacket, I would look absolutely ridiculous.
I think you could pull it off, Bob.
I think I would look
You couldn't wear a ball cap with it. You'd have to comb your hair.
Yeah. I mean, I guess so. I think I would.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely couldn't wear the could be the difference hat with the red. It wouldn't go with the maroon.
I could see jacket. Bob loves to wear a hat unless he absolutely knows that he cannot go without it.
Though. I mean, as a guy with no hair, I
really got any hair. What do you want me to do?
I mean, your hair's in a lot better shape than mine, Bob.
Yeah, it's doing okay.
Bob, your hair's great.
It's doing okay.
Let's see. Look at that.
Yeah, that's some. You got some lettuce up there, buddy.
Yeah, you got some lettuce, Bob.
That's nice.
It's coming in. I still can't wear a suede jacket.
I mean, you're not gonna look like Giuseppe out there, obviously.
No, take it off, Joe. Take it off. Let's see
Bob,
it. Come on, this isn't. Let me. This guy with just an early morning.
Like he pretends.
He loves this. Yeah,
no, I don't because I don't.
Go ahead, Joe.
Come on, Joey D. Come on, I just did it, Joey D. Let's see it here. Wow, that is
you know what that's like when you like when
like Jimmy Neutron, bro.
Yeah. I'm growing it out too, Bear Down. I want to get it nice and long.
Look at that, dude. That is nuts.
His hair
Yeah, it's
came
all
out of
over the
that.
place.
His hair came out of that hat like when they wrap like a mattress up. And unzip the bag and it just boom. It just comes like a pop tent. Just boom.
It's
Right
one of
out.
my.
It was begging for freedom. I would free that hair all the time. That hair would be free all the time. I'd never put
Would
that.
you never wear a hat, Mikey V?
You're putting that hair in bondage. I would
Yeah,
never do
you know, Joe,
that. Get it free. Set that hair free, Joe.
Yeah, Joe, because you do a lot of hats too. I would let that thing just scamper.
Well,
man.
because I'm in the in-between phase right now. I'm growing it out, so it's not short, it's not long. It's kind of like that in-between, kind of awkward phase. So I've been wearing hats lately.
You gotta let her ride, Joey D. You
Mikey,
gotta
I actually was trying to look at your stories when I subscribed to see the pics for today, and I hit the wrong thing. And the first thing came up was, remember the story when my hair looked like the flower thing that you put?
The
Paradise, the diamond.
the birds of paradise. Birds of paradise. Yeah.
Remember that story,
I
Bob?
do.
No.
Oh,
Bob doesn't remember it. Bob doesn't remember anything. It's
Bob's memory is not that good.
no,
Is that
he's
so?
like the memory of a goldfish. Really.
That's terrible. Jesus Christ. I thought I had a pretty decent memory.
I think it's
you
'cause
must have
he's like a
forgot about that too.
65-year-old. I think it's because he's like a 65-year-old. This is the
65.
by the way.
65 is being
This
generous.
is the
okay. Yes, I do.
That hair was nuts, bro. That hair was nuts.
God,
Something real special with that hair.
yeah, Bob. I think it's because you're like an old soul. Some people would say, Bob's like a 70-year-old man in a 29-year-old body.
Yeah, who said that to you the other day, Bear Down? Oh, geez. See, there you go.
It was Alex
Did you
Brown.
hear his post that he goes, I went to go to get a Caesar salad. I had a New York Post. I can't even tell you the last time I picked up a newspaper. This guy's sitting there waiting for them to open the restaurant, have a Caesar salad with a New York Post. I mean, it's just built different, Bob. It's not a bad thing. I would embrace it.
I had Fat Perez staying at my place, and this guy.
I saw.
First off,
is he gone?
He got banged too. Yeah, what a poor guy. I mean,
the last time he came to my place, the AC shut off. The AC just decided not to work. That had never happened. They couldn't get the AC working, so we had to check into a hotel. By the way, don't feel bad for him because we got him a 5-star hotel.
5-star L'Hermitage hotel.
So don't feel bad for him there. It worked out just fine for him. But this trip he comes, and it sounds like the floor under me, they're doing construction. There's going to be a restaurant under there, which doesn't bode well for me. It sounds like a Jiffy Lube down there. There was like mechanics, and he wakes up at like 11.
They opening?
I don't know. We're about to find out.
That could be kind of nice.
It could be. Yeah, it really
that might be nice. Imagine it's like a bagel spot.
You know what though, Joe? It's such a shitty area that nobody's going to go. It's not going to last too long. I don't know.
Some of the best places in LA are in not good areas.
Yeah, I don't know. I got a weird feeling about it. Look, I hope.
And by the way, you make it sound like you're living on Skid Row. You're not. You're in a fine. I mean, you got some homeless people around you, but I mean, it's not like there's junkies walking around trying to stab you with a knife.
They're junkies. I just don't know if they're going to stab you with a knife.
You got a grocery store right across the street from you. You got a Starbucks. I mean, you got a good location.
Yeah, but to be honest, I don't really like Ralph's. I'm almost sold a little bit on Ralph's.
What's
their
wrong
deli,
with Ralph's?
Their deli section isn't that good. The sushi station hasn't been nearly as good.
I tell you what, I could count on one hand the amount of times that I bought sushi at a fucking grocery store.
Yeah,
I just won't do it.
Some of okay. You know what, by the way, is totally overrated that I'm done with is Whole Foods jacks so many prices and things up that I think
try the Erewhon market is even worse.
Yeah, mentally you go into this mindset when you step into Whole Foods that you're going to be buying something that is so much substantially better, whether it's like the pre-made sandwiches or the sushi. If you put it side by side with Ralph's, okay, which is like a normal supermarket out here, Mikey B. Yeah. A, the price difference would be through the roof, but B, the food wouldn't taste that different. Now the hot bar's okay.
Hot bar at Whole Foods or Erewhon Market is next level.
Well, that's Erewhon though. Erewhon's a step above Whole Foods.
Yeah, the Whole Foods. I mean, the Whole Foods, like the one I go to, the salad bar and the hot food bar. It's very impressive.
Yeah,
they do got a good hot. I do like
very
that hot
impressive.
bar. Yeah,
but
I like
the
that.
price, I mean, like I build a salad, and by the time I'm done building it, and it's not really, I mean, it's a salad only in the sense of the word that I got it from the salad bar. But by the time I'm done putting all the accoutrement in it, I mean, it's the farthest thing ever from a salad. And then you ring it up, and I mean, the price,
it's like $15,
$16-17. It's like, wow, well, this went downhill very
now,
quick.
Mikey, if you're in an area where I wouldn't even go to a supermarket, I just go those chicken cutlets sandwiches that you have, or the sausage and peppers. I mean, those things are special. I would
so
be
special.
that.
But you have to. No, you wouldn't. You would weigh 320 pounds. But you have to. I mean, we have to go to the supermarket to get the stuff for the house. I mean, you got to get water.
Oh, fair enough.
So, Mikey,
kids, all that shit.
When you have a family, okay, and like
Bob.
you,
Now, Bob, you do have a family.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean. Like when you got kids and
when you're responsible for human lives.
That's correct. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
You like leave the gym or something. Like you can't just go get a bite to eat by yourself. To where you got to call to make sure that they don't. Right? Like you just can't come home with the sandwich. No.
No. I would always call and I mean, I would always call and just say, do you want anything? You need anything? If I was going to do that, but that thought doesn't even really cross into my head.
What do you mean?
I mean, the thought of just going to the gym and then, hey, it's a good day for a sandwich. I'm going to go get myself a sandwich while my wife is at home with 2 children. Yeah. No.
But I like
responsibilities.
I like bringing food home for people.
Oh, so do I.
I enjoy that.
You know what I do usually, Bob? In that situation, I'll do a bagel run. I like doing the weekend. The weekend bagel run is a big one.
We were so spoiled as a kid. Every single Saturday, Sunday morning, it was a no-brainer that my dad was there was gonna be a brown bag on the kitchen counter. It was
bagels.
Yes, it was. It was an absolute no-brainer to where you wouldn't even have to tell them the night before. You just knew that it was going to be there. I actually think, Joe, which I really appreciate about the Bob Does Sports crew, when we go on a trip, everybody looks out for each other. Like if somebody goes out to get food, people are calling. Perez is calling. You guys want something from this? Everybody looks out for each other, and I really appreciate that.
As we should. I mean, you're the one who's normally up first, and Bob, the last couple trips, will go out and grab breakfast or whatever, ask somebody if they want bagels or whatnot.
Enjoy that, yeah.
I haven't partaken much because the last couple trips, it was when I was doing my fasting, but yeah, no, it's nice. It's nice to do that. It's a common courtesy thing, I think. Now, Bayard, what Bob's been on a kick lately, which is shocking because he used to not like it, is Chinese food. The guy's eating Chinese.
Oh, I love to hear that.
And Indian food too.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy can't get enough. But I think it was funny. Bob put a picture up on the group chat of the Chinese food, and I don't think you realized, Mikey, your comment was hysterical. He goes, "LA Chinese,
California.
I love the saddest looking crab rangoon I've ever seen in my life."
I thought it was the best thing I've ever had. It was.
We discovered this new place by us, and this place is like, I mean, listen,
is it a hole in the wall?
No, it's a really nice place.
Because normally the Chinese,
there's two of them. It's very clean, and it's the delivery is going to cost you probably like $80 to $100 for it.
Whoa,
yeah. But
what is,
bro?
Who's delivering this?
Confucius. When it gets delivered, bro, when you unbox it, you know how like Chinese food, like real like hole in the wall Chinese food, Joe. You know what I'm talking about? Has that like glistening look to it. Like
yeah. It's almost like the steam on the top of the.
This was like you took it out and it looked like these guys made this in like a big open kitchen with the freshest possible ingredients, and everything was so on point, bro. And I won't order from anywhere else now. But I mean, I got to save up for like 2 months before I order.
Well, I see. The funny thing is, normally when I go to a Chinese restaurant, I kind of judge the exterior of the restaurant. So like I'll take Bob sometimes to a place and be like, this place looks kind of trashy. Or same thing. Any Asian cuisine, we've done the same thing. Bob, remember we went to Jitlada. It's like a little hole in the wall, this Thai restaurant. And he's like, this place doesn't look good. I'm like, that's a good sign. Because normally when it's a hole in the wall, when it's like, it just doesn't look like appealing, the food is better than if it's some glamorous, high-end, expensive Chinese restaurant, which is surprising because it sounds like the one that you're going to.
How about that sushi place with the orange walls, Joe?
Yeah, we went somewhere last night to Sushi Restaurant. We went upstairs. We went with Saquon's manager, Cuzzy, and it was like it's part of a strip mall. It's nothing to behold, and it's like the best sushi in LA. I just feel like with Asian cuisine, like the lower the establishment is in terms of like exterior, like how it looks, is normally a better sign that the food is going to be good.
Yeah, see, I would say the opposite's true in New Jersey. Although there are places like that, though. There are a couple places like that. I know what you mean, but some of the best Chinese restaurants I've ever been to around here are like the most. They look like literal like
a palace.
Yeah, insane. There's a sushi place down in Wall Township called Shogun Legends. You walk into this.
Sounds like a gym.
Bro,
sounds like what you go to at 5 a.m.
Shogun Legends. You walk into this place, it's like a wall. They have an aquarium wall, not like an aquarium, a wall, an entire wall of like exotic, gigantic fish, like this big. And it is
fish.
Yes, yeah, everything.
Whoa,
Joe, the place is the bar is beautiful. It's extravagant. The Peking duck, Joe. You're a Peking duck guy. It's the best Peking duck.
Oh, that sounds phenomenal.
Nobody like anybody that I say that I do the crab rangoons to, like nobody does it. It's like it's almost like frowned upon. I think it's one of the best parts. I love those.
Bob just likes any food that has cream cheese in it.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I do. Yeah,
I can immediately know if Bob's gonna like something just from the texture of what it comes with. Like I'll look at a menu and I'll be like, yeah, he's gonna like this.
Yeah,
and the thing is too, Bob is a creature of habit.
Oh,
so, like we've been going to Rayo's. He's been ordering the same fucking dinner every time. Like he doesn't deviate. He'll be like, you should try the salmon. It's good. I'm like, have you tried the salmon? I've never seen you try anything aside from the Caesar salad on top of a chicken Milanese. That's what he has every single time. Yeah, and he goes in there, Baird. And the funny thing is he'll go into the restaurant and he'll be like, I'm wondering what the order is going to be tonight. And it's like, dude, I know what the order is going to be. You're going to order meatballs. You're going to order the red peppers and fucking buffalo fresh mozz. And then you're going to do the Caesar Milanese. It's like
the Caesar Milanese does look good. It's just, I don't know if I would, if I went to Rayo's, if that would be the meal I would. But the difference is,
name it after him.
You guys
go even on the menu.
You guys go there so often. Could you imagine going to the Rayo's in Yonkers or wherever the fuck
East Harlem?
Yeah. Could you imagine going to the real Rayo's in East Harlem and saying, "Yeah, sir, I think you got the Caesar Milanese tonight." Yeah. The guy would literally throw us out.
It's like his own made up order, and they just now the servers don't even have. They're like, "All right, Caesar Milanese." Like they know.
Nothing wrong with that. It does look good. I say that it does look good.
It's such a Prez loves the meatballs. It's such a fun it's such a fun place. I really, really love it. And they don't give a fuck about, Joe, you've mentioned you should do some type of deal with them or something. Yeah, they don't give a shit about Instagram. They don't. And I kind of like that. I think that's right. They don't give a fuck.
They're not trying to do that stuff. Now, that corner booth, Bob, the one right near the bar that has a TV.
So he likes that corner booth a lot.
Yeah, because when the Lakers are playing like a late game or something, we like to throw in a prize picks or throw a second half thing on and you just sit there and watch the game. The other day I was pissed. They had the World Series game on. And we had our intentions were on the Lakers game. No one's watching the game at the bar. And now I tell you what, there's times where this happens. And the guy who runs the bar, I think he had a bet on the World Series game because I'm looking around and I'm scanning the whole bar scene and no one, Mikey V, is watching the World Series game. They're losing 5-0. This was 2 games ago. And he comes up and he goes, I said to the service, do you mind putting on the Lakers game? We want to watch it. And I took some time to scan the environment. The guy comes up, the bar manager comes up, and he's a really nice guy. He goes, "Oh, gentlemen, we got a couple people watching. There's a no-hitter going on."
It was him.
It was him. He had a bet on the game.
The only thing that I will say though, Joe, as far as TV bar etiquette, it's a World Series game. So whether it was him or not,
but no one was watching at the bar.
I get it. But when you talk about a championship game, a World Series game compared to Lakers,
it was 5-0 in the bottom of the 8th inning.
But you do have to factor in.
I don't like
the magnitude of the game. It does trump a regular season Lakers game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair enough. But it's like, if there were people watching, I wouldn't even have made the request, to be honest, Bob. I wouldn't have even asked.
Yeah, what I do like, though, is with him, because he definitely does bet. He doesn't really let it affect his mood. The pizza shop that I used to go to back in my hometown in Randolph, you would walk into the pizza shop and you would know if these guys are losing or winning.
You would know what kind of pizza you're going to get based on the score of the game. That's
exactly right. Yep. And anybody listening from my hometown knows exactly the spot I'm talking about right now. 9 times out of 10, they were losing. And you would walk in there and you'd be in the best mood. And these guys would just suck the life out of you because they'd be so miserable from the. You imagine Joey D slinging pizzas while he's got.
Well, no, Bob. I used to remember. I used to work when I worked at the Boulevard, we had a TV. Remember when March Madness was on? I would be cheering for my team in front of the TV.
There was during March Madness. I would work outside in the guest services department, and then I would run into Joe's restaurant to see who was winning. I have videos of Joe looking directly at the TV with a full restaurant behind him, and he's screaming at the TV out of 4 Seasons.
But by the way, I'd wait till the end of the game to do that. I would not be sitting there the whole game, Bob. I was working hard at a whole restaurant to attend to.
Yeah, I mean, listen, when it comes to when you're gaming, I mean, gaming really, it's tough for guys like us, I think, to be involved in any type of a wager and not show emotion. Very difficult. Very difficult.
The hardest thing is if you're on a date or something, and you got that is hard. Yeah, because you don't want to show that your mind is somewhere else. But there are times where it's like, oh, in the back of your head, you're like, God, I wonder how that second half is going, and you can't pull your phone up. And that is to the point where I'd almost always suggest if you're going to be on a date, just don't even put action in.
Well, that's why you got to do too. Those bathroom trips are some of the most valuable. I do one right out of the gate. I do right when you sit down, and then that clears you to have a second bathroom trip. Those are the most enjoyable parts to a lot of dates. It's just getting that. Just getting that breath.
But
and
what about Bob? You go on more dates than any of us. I mean, when the Gambler's Digest is firing like messages that you can feel in your pocket, and there's messages firing.
Yeah, the worst is
you're close in on a.
You scumbags will blame a date on if we start losing a game, you'll blame me
Bob
being on a date.
Middle of the bet to go on a date.
Yeah, well, I went on a sushi date weeks ago, and it was during Monday Night Football, and we were doing it. And Bear Down absolutely lit into me. And then I went to valet. I got my car, and I had voice messages, and it's just Bear Down just going in on me on how because I wanted to get a California roll. I fucked and I was in the car cracking up. But yeah, it was all my fault that Robbie Gold missed a 35-yard field goal.
That was the game. Yeah. Fuck.
Oh yeah. What do you want me to do?
He never misses. He missed a chip shot.
And I even said to Joe when
Evan McPherson.
I was that's another asshole.
I called Joe and I said, Joe, I'm really worried. Like I got a date. I'm going to be going out to get sushi, and I know Mikey V's going to. He's like,
you should announce that before it's established. The party bet is being matter.
He would have ripped me regardless. It didn't matter.
But Bob, if Mikey V's like, boys, let's do a party bet, and you go, I just want to throw it out there. I have a date later.
I have no interest.
Dynamics.
I have no interest in doing party bets if we're not all going to be locked in on the couch.
That's
I tell you what, tonight, I don't know. You guys are busy tonight? You guys?
No, we have nothing going on today. Now, what do you? I was going to ask.
I got a little something.
Hey, by the way, I'm subscribed, so I'll know what you'll be on.
Yeah,
so Mikey, tell me, because I was going to ask you because we got nothing going today.
LSU, Alabama, first quarter, 13 points is too low. It's too low. This LSU, Bama's defense is not what it was. LSU's at home. I think it's going to fly over 17, 21 points maybe in the first quarter.
Whoa.
I'm going to take Bama. I think
Mikey over doesn't happen.
I think Bama's going to beat them. I think Bama's going to cover. It's a big number, and it's in Death Valley, and it's a night game, and everything's telling you, well, but Bama's not the same as they were. Listen, Bama lost to one team and they should have won that game. We were watching that game. Joe,
you jinxed it. Yeah, you're talking about jinxing a game. I could go for sushi.
Tennessee. I could go for
Yeah, Joe had Alabama.
I can't root for Tennessee.
No, money on you had +7.
It's one thing to root them. You were already in because you had +20 or whatever you had.
And then 20. And then you know what he did, Bob? Then he goes, you know what? Don't worry, Joe's gonna win anyways. That's what I had a problem with.
Yeah, and you think my California roll is what's fucking these games up. Meanwhile, this guy's hexing the game in the third quarter.
By the way, cash that game for the subscribers. That was
Mikey,
yeah.
It was.
Mikey hit me up afterwards because he felt bad. He did. He personally.
Yeah, I did.
I respect that. I
And
didn't
I'm
know
going to tell you
this.
this. Hey, listen, I'm going to tell you this right now. And the
I
Jet
didn't
texted
know
me.
that.
The Jet texted me last night.
Oh,
And this game,
Oh,
I'm
boy.
telling you right now, it's a shame.
Boy,
It's a
the
shame.
last time the Jet gave advice.
It's a shame we're not live right now because I would forewarn a lot of people that the fishiest line of today
Tennessee
by
line looks
far
weird.
is Tennessee.
Wait, but what did Jet text you?
Why he was like, why is Tennessee getting so many points? What am I missing? I said,
Oh
bro.
God, no, Jet. Stay
and
away.
listen, I put Tennessee out there as one of my picks because I had him plus 8 against Alabama. I'm going to roll them again. They're plus 9.5 now. They opened up at plus 7.5, plus 8. Now
they're the number one team in the country.
They're the number one team in the country. They're going to Georgia. I understand Georgia defending national title. Georgia undefeated. Georgia at home between the hedges in Athens. JT Daniels has more passing yards than Hendon Hooker, which absolutely blew my mind.
So what does Vegas know that the committee doesn't? Because if they're
here's what's going to happen. Only one of two things will happen tonight. Tennessee will win the game outright, or Georgia's going to blow the doors off of them and cover easily. That's the only two ways this game is going. Is Tennessee wins outright. Georgia ain't going to win this game by a field goal. Georgia ain't going to win this game by 1 touchdown, 7, 6 points, 4 points. They're either going to blow the doors off of them or Tennessee will win the game outright. But that line is the fishiest fucking line I've ever seen.
Okay, now, Mikey, let me ask you this, okay?
Yeah.
Because this would be really nice. We're here. It's very early here, West Coast, Saturday morning. Me and Joey D got fuck all to do today.
Well, I got to get my beard trimmed later, but
we got fuck all to do
like
today.
We were saying, you have nothing to do.
Nothing to absolutely.
I have to take Dominic to the park. I promised him.
Okay, so that's where I'm going. You can take him to the park. That's fine. But
thanks,
but
Bob.
do
Thanks.
we?
Uncle Bob approves of the park.
That's fine. We'll take him to the park. That's fine.
How long is it a couch, Mikey V today, or because that puts a difference in how many prize picks I put in? Or,
yeah, it has to be couch for 3:30 onward because Tennessee Georgia is 1 versus 3 undefeated.
But does Holly know
That's
this?
as good as yeah, I made
it's pre-approved.
By the way, Dickie Gas coming over tonight for the
Oh no, that's not good. I'm gonna fade the living hell out of you. This guy hasn't hit a bet in God knows long.
This guy was putting in 5-team parlays of 5 Yankees to hit a home run in the same game.
Yeah, he loves those.
Oh God, it was the worst.
I have a video of him. It's me and Lou just cracking up at the Yankee game. Dickie's got like 2 things of popcorn in his hands. He's got like 3 tall boys, and you can tell he's losing every bet. And it's like he's at the movie theater. He's trying to get down the aisle, like the row at the Yankee game, and he just looks. I was like, this guy, I love him to death, but what an absolute mush. He just can't hit a goddamn bet.
Mikey V, I gotta ask you.
Dickie V's good at the ponies. He's a pony guy.
God, yeah, we dragged us there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Brilliantly Dumb Show is brought to you by HelloFresh. Quick, easy meals. HelloFresh is here to make your hectic fall weekends a little easier. Get HelloFresh today. Go to HelloFresh.com/dumb65. That's dumb65 for 65% off plus free shipping. You can't go wrong when you go with HelloFresh.
Why is Clemson ranked the 4th best team in the country?
Past precedent is the only thing I could think. I think, and I hate them more than anybody. You know that. I think
that it's so outrageous.
Michigan should probably.
Michigan should be way ahead.
Clemson's best 2 wins is Syracuse. Wake
They don't
Forest.
even have a starting quarterback.
Both of those teams got rolled. But listen, I got Clemson tonight against Notre Dame. Full transparency.
Well, Notre Dame stinks.
I have them. It's -4. I think Dabo is going to try and play everybody thinks we're a joke. Nobody thinks we should be number 4. He'll play that angle. And I think Clemson will go into South Bend and cover. But, again, another one of those games. And those college football playoff rankings don't really matter yet. They don't really matter. It matters in like a couple of weeks when one of these teams starts playing in their conference championship game. That's when it's going to matter. Like what's the ranking right before conference championship weekend? That's the most important ranking. Right now, these guys like Ohio State still got to play Michigan. That's going to sort things out. Bama and Tennessee are going to play again in the SEC title game if things shake out the way they're shaking out, or they're going to play Georgia. So that's going to shake out too.
But
But
By the
Clemson
way,
doesn't have anybody to play. That's the problem.
bad-
The ACC stinks.
real bad news for you, Mikey V. I mean,
Go.
it's not the worst news for you, but it just really, really bothers me.
What?
We're traveling on a Sunday again this weekend.
Oh yeah, it's tough.
It's nothing
I mean,
worse, man. There's nothing. I am dreading it. There's
Perez
nothing.
got my hopes up too. He goes, "Oh, you guys don't have that bad a slate." I'm like, "Oh, really?"
What
Yeah,
time
but-
is?
but
What time?
You guys leave at 8:30 and you get there at 1. I'm
No
like,
matter what time though, Joe, you leave on a Sunday, you're gonna miss it. Never.
I'd rather
works out with
leave
the
at like
games.
3:00 in the afternoon. You get all the 10 a.m. slates in.
Yeah, but
then-
then still, yeah, but then by the time you leave, it just never works out. If you're traveling on a Sunday,
Traveling on a football Sunday should be banned. It should not be allowed.
okay.
Well, the thing is we're gonna have to get the prize picks in, perhaps tonight.
Well, that's
And
also
then-
why
and
we're doing
then-
the podcast on a Saturday.
Right. We'll get the prize picks ready tonight, and we'll release them tomorrow. Are we gonna do early window? Are we gonna do? Or are we gonna wait until the night
Well,
game? We could do
let's
that.
see.
The night game might be the play.
I like
Who's
doing.
playing
I
tomorrow?
like waiting for the night game personally.
Okay.
I
Well,
do.
All right.
but see, all these guys are like chomping at the
That's
bit.
fine.
I
Get
get
them-
so many DMs. Where's Mikey V's picks? Where are the
I'll
prize
release a
picks?
subscribe. I'll release a subscriber prize picks.
Okay.
All right.
All right, boys. We got to get into our top five. I do want to apologize because look, not to make excuses, but that's exactly what I'm going to do. I really did plan to watch The Godfather. I really
Oh,
did.
dude, I was gonna ask you. Didn't
I
I
watch
forgot.
it?
I know,
forgot
I-
all about it.
I
That's
really,
terrible, Bob. At least you're all being accountable. You got to watch it this week.
I
And
know.
I have your
I,
next
am
movie ready for you after that. It's End of Watch.
I'm going to. Yeah, see, that sounds more like something that I would like. Godfather, I think it's going to be a little dragged
Yeah,
out.
but that's
End
my-
of Watch the Cop movie,
Yes.
bro. That movie's fucked up, man.
It's a
Um,
great movie, Bob. You'll love that movie. But you
yeah,
got to watch Godfather,
watch.
and now you got to watch End of Watch as well. And I hope for your sake they're playing it on the plane tomorrow. One of the two.
I really did plan to watch it. I really did.
Mm.
What I did watch was a little bit of When Harry Met Sally.
Good
Oh,
movie.
yeah, that's a
bro.
good movie.
Classic movie.
Yeah, and I was.
I'll have what she's having.
Yeah,
Yes.
I really liked that,
Great
and I never knew much about Billy Crystal.
Very funny.
Bob,
Yeah,
people say you're like a Billy Crystal.
Yeah, I mean, fellow.
fellow
Jewish-
tribe.
Fellow
Yeah,
tribe, and just
tribe,
your
100%.
mannerisms and like how you act.
You
And
didn't
like,
know Billy Crystal was Jewish, Bob?
I didn't know much about him, to be honest.
Bob,
I mean,
are you kidding me?
that
Have you
that
looked-
one
have you
scene when
looked
they're
at
in the
guy?
deli, when they're in the deli and she
Yeah,
starts
I mean-
moaning and stuff. That's an iconic scene.
That's the scene I'm talking about.
I didn't get
I'll
all
have
the
what
way
she's
through
having.
it, but
Yeah.
but I liked the parts that I was watching. I did like a lot. I really
I
did.
see
can't
the
believe
diner
Bob didn't
scene?
know he's Jewish.
The biggest part of the movie Bob's not watched.
I
That's so typical Bob to watch a movie, say, I really like that movie. And then the most iconic scene from the movie he's yet to see.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
finish
tell you
it
what,
tonight.
that Empire Strikes Back was a great movie. Luke, yeah, Bob, how about Luke? I am your father. What are you talking about? I know, I'm not ringing any bell. Not ringing any bell.
Oh, God. Bob.
All right, boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. The holidays are here, and you probably don't know what you're going to get your loved ones, your significant other, your family. Do it the right way. Do the holiday season the right way and get them the Raycon earbuds. The Raycon wireless earbuds and headphones offer premium sound, useful features, and almost custom comfortable fit and up to 54 hours of battery life. It's an absolute no-brainer. Raycons are sleek and stylish and come in a range of colorways to match anyone's style. Right now, go to buyraycon.com/dumb. Again, that's buyraycon.com/dumb and use code EARLYBF to get 20% off statewide. That's 20% off any Raycon product, which almost never happens. Or save even bigger and get 30% off Raycon's exclusive holiday bundles. That's code EARLYBF at buyraycon.com/dumb for 20% off your Raycon purchase. Buyraycon.com/dumb.
Perfect time to get into our top five. Today's top five is brought to you by the one, the only, that is Mikey V. Mikey V, why don't you tell the folks what we're going to be doing today, and then you could go ahead and start us off.
Oh, wow. We're going to be doing the greatest championship games across all sports of all time. Greatest championship games across all sports of all time. If I'm starting, I'm going to start with 28-3, Super Bowl 51. Falcons, Patriots. That game is going to live on in infamy for the score, the 28-3. They still use that meme up until today. And how many years ago was that? It was like 5-6 years ago. The greatest comeback I've ever seen. I thought the Patriots, when it was 28-3, that was it. I thought it was over. I was actually kind of happy for Matt Ryan to get his first Super Bowl. Didn't think there was any chance in hell, but overtime, Patriots come all the way back. Edelman, incredible catch. Iconic Super Bowl, the best Super Bowl in terms of comeback of all time. So number 4, I'm going to go, this is a personal play for me. World Cup final 2006, Italy, France. Penalty shootout, Zinedine Zidane getting sent off in disgrace after he headbutted Marco Materazzi.
Yes.
And that whole run of Italy's World Cup that year was very like surreal in many ways. This area of New Jersey was absolutely out of control. They had street fairs with entire streets shut down for the final against France. They literally shut down streets in Newark, in Nutley, everywhere in North Jersey. Was absolutely insane for the World Cup final. Number 3, how about this one, boys? How about this one? May get me a plug on Bob Does Sports, but who knows? 1997 Masters. Give me Tiger Woods winning the Masters in 97 and giving his dad a hug. I think that's one of the most iconic moments in all of sports, the 97 Masters with Tiger and his dad. I don't care if you're a golf fan or not. As I always say, I'm not a religious golf fan, but I do watch the Masters every year because I think it's the most iconic, one of the most iconic sporting events in the world. Number 2, give me Game 7 of the 2016 World Series. The Cubs finally winning the World Series in 2016. And by the way, I'm saying it because it was a great baseball game. 8-7 extra innings against the Indians. I think the Cubs were up 3-1 in the series, and the Indians had crawled back, and it was. You never knew. I thought they were going to blow it again. I thought Chicago was going to blow it again.
By the way, Joe Madden had no business if they would have lost that game, he would have been put on an absolute skillet for that. That was one of the most worst managing performances I think I have ever seen. He was awful.
Yeah. Yep. And yeah. I mean, Aroldis Chapman, big reason they won that World Series.
It would have been nice if he got one for us, Mikey V. But
yeah, it's a real shame. That's neither here nor there. And number 1, the greatest football game I think I've ever watched. I'm going to go with the Rose Bowl of 2006, the national championship game. USC, Matt Leinart, Texas, Vince Young. Vince Young runs that 2-point conversion in with little to no time. 41-38. That had to be. And a lot of reasons why. Keith Jackson's last call ever as a college football broadcaster, that national championship game. Vince Young's season that he had, but nobody gave him a chance against USC because USC was coming off the national title before. They had Reggie Bush back. They had Leinart back. They had Lendale White back, and they took that early lead. But that game was the greatest college football game, and I've seen great games, double overtime national championships. Nothing as good as the Rose Bowl, USC, Texas. That's my number 1.
Joey D, any issues on your end?
No, he's got a bunch of the same ones that I do. I think it's a great list. He also, what I liked what he did is he kind of went through multiple different sports. You know, having the golf on there, Mikey, that was a power move.
Yeah, and a really good.
I don't know if Mikey V is going to lose this week.
Okay. I thought that the Tiger, and then I was kind of going back and forth with if I wanted to do Tiger 2019 when he won the his fifth major or fifth Masters?
It was his,
Masters, I think.
Masters,
right? Yeah. So I was gonna, because that I think shocked so many people. But I thought 97 was just more meaningful because I remember watching that as a kid.
That's a great hug.
My brother, who is older than me by like significant margin, he's like 12, 13 years older than me. He's a huge golf guy, golfs all the time. And he was like trying to explain to me the things that Tiger was doing and how difficult it was. Because I think when you watch it on TV and you're a casual observer and you don't play, you don't really realize how difficult and special it was, the things he was doing. So that's why, to me, I
like the list. I really do. I like the list. I didn't see that coming, and I think you nailed it, Mikey V. Joey D, we'll send it over to you.
All right. At number 5, I'm going to go with the game that Mikey V listed, and I'll never forget. Being Italian, watching that live was pretty fucking incredible. That whole tournament, you know, it was in Germany, and you know, the Germans were by far the favorites. So the semifinal game against Germany was almost as incredible.
It was a better game.
Watching Del Piero score in extra time to beat the Germans, to go to the final, and then to play France. Zinedine Zidane with an unbelievable penalty shot in the regulation.
Yes.
Then the whole red card thing, it goes to penalties. I mean, it was just unbelievable to watch it as an Italian. You always cheer for them, but you never expect them to win. So when they won, it was special. So the 2006 World Cup final, I think, to me is an absolute no-brainer. And number 4, I'm going to put a basketball game. I'm going to put the 1998 Bulls versus Jazz game. Michael Jordan, one of the most iconic shots ever, throwing Russell aside, hitting that jumper. I mean, at the time, it's just like, and still to this day, Michael Jordan is like, he's untouchable. The guy is as good as it gets between the flu game and all these things, but that won them the championship. They were just a dynasty of dynasties. I remember watching it, and it was just in awe of how good he is. But the play before, he stripped Karl Malone, Bob. I don't know if you remember. If you watched it, but watching it was just unbelievable. So I'll give me that at 4. And number 3, I'm going to put the 2019 Masters, where Tiger Woods, against all odds, comes back and wins in just what was just an absolutely iconic finish. And to me, I really wish he would have retired at that moment. It would have been the most epic, legendary retirement of all time. I mean, he's already the GOAT for golf, but like it just doesn't get better than that. It was so unfathomed, and like not like nobody could believe it was happening. It was unbelievable. Number 2, I'm going to go with the game that Mikey V listed again, the Falcons versus the Patriots. I was watching that with my uncle, and same thing that Mikey V said. I just did not think the Patriots could physically come back. No. And then it was just like everything happened. And then watching that Edelman catch was just like, are you kidding me? And at that point, I'm like, they're going to come back and win it all. Just the best comeback I've ever seen. And then at number 1, I'm going to put another Super Bowl, the most shocking Super Bowl I've ever seen, the Patriots versus the Giants, the David Tyree catch against all odds. I mean, you're talking about a team that was favored almost by 2 touchdowns going into the game. And I really did not want the Patriots to win. I was rooting for the Giants. And it's just, I think, to me, just an unbelievable Super Bowl, unexplainable. I wanted to put the Packers in there, but it's I can't, because it's not as good a game. But yeah, give me the David Tyree catch, Eli Manning taking down Tom Brady, and that
was a great game.
Incredible Patriots team who went undefeated throughout the season, as my number 1.
Was that the undefeated team?
It was, yes.
Yeah, they had no business. They were
undefeated in the regular season.
I thought the undefeated team was the team with Randy Moss on it.
No, the David Tyree, that was the one that they were undefeated.
Was it?
Yeah.
All right.
I think it was 2008.
I thought the Moss team was the undefeated team. I thought the Tyree catch was the first time they played in the Super Bowl.
Well, am I getting mixed up?
I gotta look at
fact check it. Okay.
I gotta look at it.
We're gonna have to fact check it.
That's no problem.
I got a little bit.
I like the list, by the way, Joe.
Yeah,
I do too.
Oh, you're right. They were 11-5 that year. Okay, it was the next time, but it was a Super Bowl.
The game was. They were still a huge. Giants were still a huge dog. Nobody expected them to win that game. And the Tyree catch was insane. David Tyree, by the way, shout out North Jersey, Montclair, New Jersey native David.
Is that so?
Yes, it is.
No wonder he caught that pass.
Fucking A right.
Yeah, I got a mix of it. I think it's going to be interesting to see what we all do honorable mention, because I think we all have very similar.
I forgot
ones.
about the
I have my honorable mention.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. For me at 5, I got a mix of everything you guys got, but I got at 5, Cubs versus Indians was nuts to me. I remember watching that at work again. Terrible job by Joe Madden, and they ended up getting it done. Plus, the significance of the Cubs, how long the drought had been, to me, made that even more wild. So I had that at 5. I'm with Joey D. I had him at 4, though. Patriots versus Giants game. I remember I wanted the Giants to lose so bad because I can't stand Giant fans, especially growing up in Jersey. And obviously, we all know how that turned out. It just did not happen. So I had that at 4. Number 3, I got the Tiger Woods. I respect the one that you did, Mikey V, but the 2019 one, he had no business winning that thing. I
Yeah.
just remember being an absolute shock as each day went by and he was up there. You kept waiting for him to fall off. And he just hung in and hung in and hung in.
I think the dad factor is why I'm hung up on 97.
It's a great. It's a great.
The 2019 one though. After he won, he grabbed Charlie Woods, and that was pretty cool too.
Yeah,
because Charlie, he was too young to know his dad's tear, so for him to see that. That was what. By the way, you know how bad Vegas probably got banged that weekend.
Bang!
Everybody wants to bet Tiger.
People bet Tiger all the time, even though he's not been relevant like for a long time. You know.
Yeah. Everybody. Yeah, that's exactly right. And then number 2, give me Texas versus USC. One of the more memorable games I think I've ever seen. I mean, that was absolutely unbelievable. 2 of the better college football teams. I mean, USC definitely was that was one of the best college football teams I've ever seen. Yeah. I mean, they were just stacked. By the way, Reggie Bush was probably the most fun college football
100%
player to ever watch.
100%. They give him his fucking Heisman Trophy back enough. All these guys got paid, bro.
All these guys got
paid. Just give him the Heisman Trophy.
I agree. He's on College Game Day now, no?
Yeah, he's on the Fox team with Urban
Brady
Meyer
Quinn.
And, Brady Quinn. Yeah.
He's doing something with Wendy's too, which is a nice sponsor.
That's a nice sponsor.
Yeah, has nothing to do with the list, but it is a nice sponsor.
Although their spicy chicken sandwich is not been up to par, but that's needed. I'm just
Perez.
The patty could use a little beefing up, to be honest.
Yeah, neither here nor there.
No.
And then number 1, the significance of the comeback, how crazy that was for that to be in a Super Bowl. You got to go Patriots Falcons. It's just absolutely nuts. Me, honorable mention. I'm actually going to do what was it? Rams versus Titans.
Oh,
great
Super Bowl.
Great
Super Bowl.
Yeah, where he came like a yard short of winning it all. I think that was Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner, yes.
McNair.
Greatest show on turf. Bruce,
yeah.
Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holtz, Marshall Falk.
That's
guy made the tackle of his life. Literally,
that's
won
a really
Super
good
Bowl.
one.
The Titans was Wycheck, and who was the guy who made that? He threw the ball back. The receiver. Oh my God.
That was the Music City Miracle you're talking about.
Yeah, against Buffalo was the earlier in that playoffs for them to go through.
Yeah, that was a wild card round, I think.
And that was Eddie George was on that team.
Yeah, Eddie George. Yeah.
Big Mikey V guy. He's in his basement right now.
Yeah,
who was the quarterback for them back then?
Steve McNair.
Steve McNair. That's right. Yeah. Oh God.
All right, go ahead, Joey D.
I flirted with it, but I actually have the Rose Bowl, the 2006 game. The only reason I didn't put in my top 5 is because back then I wasn't nearly as big a college, advocate as I am now for watching college football. But I just remember it was on primetime TV, Rose Bowl, and it was just like, holy shit, it was electric. It was just back and forth, like unbelievable. I'll never forget Vince Young winning, and like everybody just stormed the field. It was sick.
Yep.
Mikey V.
I really a toss up between 2. It would either be the 2003 ALCS when the Yankees won the pennant, the Boonies walk off in the ALCS, or I would have to, if I had to choose between the 2, I'm putting the Buckeyes national championship from 2003, the double overtime win against Miami.
Was that Maurice Clarett?
Yes, Maurice Clarett made the play of the game on defense, not on offense. Sean Taylor, rest in peace, intercepted Craig Krenzel in the end zone in the red zone. Returned it back, and Maurice Clarett stripped the ball out of him from behind, took the ball back. It was the play of the game. So that'll be my honorable mention.
Sean Taylor was special, man.
Gentlemen, yes, he was. Yes,
Let's clap it up. Let's clap it
up. That was pretty good. The morning
episodes
are always fun.
Morning Saturday episode. Big day today. You know the drill. Prize pick, promo code the boys, and get signed up to Mikey V's subscription on Instagram. Win yourself a whole lot of damn money. Get signed up on that. I will be doing that shortly. Appreciate you boys. Love you boys. That is another edition and a good one. The Brilliantly Dumb Show.